Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Holly. Yay, I missed all
Hey, I'm just, my what?
I missed everyone's beautiful faces.
Uh, I'm just grilling in the beginning, but then I'll be more.
No problem.
Start.
We can get started. I think a few more people are going to call in, but thanks so much, guys, for calling in. I'm so excited to see you. I know it's been a crazy couple weeks, and I haven't been able to do the call. We just moved to our beautiful new apartment. I'm so excited. It's a lot bigger, which is really great, and we're on the water. We have an amazing view. And hi, Lindsay. Wet hair. I love
Hi.
it. How you doing?
Oh, I just showered. I'm good. I'm gonna mute myself though. It's crazy town.
So yeah, I'm really excited to get on the call. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a little bit, and I know we're all trying to gain this momentum, going into the summer and trying to help as many people as we can and grow our businesses. And I feel it, and I'm so excited to be a part of this team and the energy that's coming from everyone. So congrats to that. I think this has been a great month so far, so let's keep it going. Let's help as many people as we can and keep those Success Club points going up and everyone hitting Success Club 5. And I know we talk about this a lot, but don't think of it as points, guys. Think of it as growing your business, growing your income, achieving your goals and working towards whatever your big why is. Continue to connect with that. So what are your big life goals, and how can Beachbody help you in order to get there? So one of the things, what I want to talk about tonight, so I've been trying to kind of get out of my comfort zone and learn different kind of marketing techniques, and how can I think beyond Beachbody and think marketing and sales, and what else can we be doing in order to really grow our businesses? Because it's really what it is. I think the Beachbody trainings are great. I think they're there for a reason, because they work. But at the end of the day, what we're doing is marketing and sales. So there are several other opportunities out there with trainings. I know we talk a lot about personal development and podcasts, but there's so many different tools you can use. And my boyfriend actually had just started a new marketing role within his company, and he had to do this training through HubSpot. I don't know how many people have heard of HubSpot, but they do this really fantastic inbound marketing training, and he's been talking about it, and he's like, Heather, you really need to check it out. So we've been talking about it a bit, and I'm really just going to cover, there's so much great content. So we'll be talking about it over like the next few weeks, and wherever I feel like it makes sense for the team and to help you guys. But I'm just going to cover really the beginning stages of it. And really, I don't know how many people are familiar with the term inbound marketing. Just to raise their hands. I'm assuming, Lindsay, you do. I know you have a marketing background, but maybe not. But if you haven't heard of inbound marketing, we are actually doing a lot of it every day. But I don't think people understand that. And I don't think they understand how it can really help us to grow our businesses. So why inbound marketing? So before understanding why inbound marketing is so important, hold on, let me just get rid of this. Inbound marketing is so important and why it's transformed the way the world is working and how people are conducting business. We have to take a moment to understand traditional marketing. So everyone knows about traditional marketing. So companies focus on finding customers. So generally they use techniques that are interruptive, like cold calling or print advertising or even TV commercials or junk mail. You think about all of these emails you still get from these companies where you buy something or something, and what do? You delete it, you ignore it, you unregister from it, so then you never have to see again. It's all these things that are old marketing techniques that just don't work anymore. So, what are we doing differently in order to connect with our customers and to grow our businesses? So, technology is making those old techniques less effective and more expensive. So, people have caller ID blocks now, so they can block cold calls. DVR is making TV advertising less effective because people DVR things and they fast forward through the TV commercials. My background is marketing and advertising, and I've been like trying to like say this for years. Like, why do people spend so much money still on TV commercials? Because people don't watch them. Spam filters for mass email. So when you think about email marketing, so being smarter about that. So all of these different channels that companies have used for so long just don't work anymore. And the good news is, and you know, obviously you're probably wondering where this is all going. So the good news is this is why network marketing has become so huge, because it's a different way of thinking, and it's, you know, it's a different way of being successful and kind of getting in front of your market and empowering individuals to make a choice in their life and to commit to the products that we're selling without using these other old techniques. So, you know, traditional marketing, like I said, is interruptive and marketer-centric. Traditional way of doing things is convenient for the marketer because they can push content in people's faces. But the problem is potential customers don't want it. They want more of an experience. They want to feel connected with the person that they're going to be buying something from. So what inbound marketers did is they kind of flipped this model. So what inbound marketing is all about is a fundamental shift in the way that we do business. So instead of the old interruption, based messages where the marketer or salesperson had all the control, inbound is empowering potential customers. And I love that word. I feel like we use it a lot, is empowering people to make a healthy choice in their life, and, you know, wanting to connect with us and wanting to use the products that we want. It's not sales. Like, I hate so much when people say to me, I can never do this because I can't sell. It's like, yeah, I get it, sales, but I never actually feel like I'm selling. And if you do this right and you share your story and, you know, you're trying to empower people and really looking out in the best for people and trying to get them to commit to a healthy lifestyle, make changes for them and their family, and connect it with their goals, it's empowering them instead of selling them something. So, you know, instead of interrupting people from television ads or something, you know, a better technique, and what we're trying to do now is creating videos for people, you know, making it engaging for people. You know, instead of a print publication that used to happen, we're creating blogs that people look forward to reading. So being consistent with the messages you're putting out there, even on, you know, social media, on Facebook, on your page. I know, like, one of my coaches, like, I love this story because it was like so eye-opening to me. So one of my coaches, Jackie Hurley, like, she'd sent to me when she signed on, every day I would look forward to reading your posts because you were like so inspiring. And like, but that's what it's all about. Like, those things are like that made me have such a good feeling and reminded me why I do this every day and how important it is to be consistent with those messages and getting your story out there, because even if you don't think someone's looking, they are, and they're watching. So, you know, make sure that you're telling your story, you're blogging on your blog, or you're making sure that you're posting on social media because people are reading it. And instead of like the old way of cold calling, you know, the inbound marketing way is to create useful content so that the prospects can connect with them and get more information for you. So, you know, one of the things that I've really been learning is that you can never give people too much information. I think sometimes, even myself, like, I'm so scared to like put too much on Facebook, and I'm like, ooh, I have to grab their attention, but I don't want to say too much because then they might not reach out to me. And it obviously be like, don't like scream Beachbody and put everything out there and tell them the exact program, because they need some reason to reach out to you. But your passion can come through. You can really talk about this opportunity and what it can do for your life, and provide them with the information they need that so they can connect with it, because that's what's going to draw them in. That's what's going to get them excited, and make them want to research it further. So inbound marketing is marketing focused on getting found by customers. So it's really giving customers the information that they need in order to gain interest and to empower them and to make them want to reach out to you. It's a flip. It's, you know, we used to be like trying to throw ourselves at marketers and trying to get sales as much as we could, like I said, by cold calling and doing these other things. Instead, it's building a presence on social media, or like I said, your website or your blog, and getting people to come to you. So that's the key. And I know coaches, and I felt it at points in my business when the shift happens, when people do start coming to you and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? What did I do right in order to make this happen? So it's trying to build more control over that and to understand, okay, this is why that's happening. It's happening because I'm doing this. It's this technique that works. So I'm going to continue to do that in order to be successful. You probably, is focused on, so inbound marketing is focused on getting found by customers. It's customer focused. It's helpful. Wouldn't you prefer to deal with a business that is focused on your needs instead of their own? That's what we do. We focus on other people's needs, or at least we should be. Of course, sometimes it's difficult. We get caught up in our goals and we're trying to do everything at once. But the idea is to be focusing on what other people need. How can you help them in their life, whether it's through fitness, health related, through nutrition, or, in their personal life, financial goals. What are they trying to achieve in life through the business opportunity? You probably have come across like some of your favorite brands actively practicing inbound marketing. So, a post that keeps showing up near the top of the search engine that you're using, this new solution that was discovered on LinkedIn, or this product review that is found on Facebook. So, I'm sure you guys realize, like, if you search something now, marketing companies use these techniques now. It's so brilliant that if you search for something and then you log into Facebook, an ad now pops up, like for those boots that you were checking out. You didn't even buy them. It's really, really interesting. So it's these techniques companies are getting to kind of get into your face and help you to realize, like, these are the things you want. I mean, you Googled it, you had interest in it, you're saying you want it, so why don't you purchase it? Just reading Lindsay's note. Donald Miller talks about making the potential client the hero. Yeah, absolutely. It's so true. And that's really what it's about, is our client, our potential client, should be the hero, and then we are the guide. So we are to give them the information that they need in order to be successful, to continue to keep guiding them to reach their goals and help them to be successful. Inbound marketing is about being part of the conversation. So, again, the focus, it should never be completely on you. It's not your goal. It's not about you at that moment when you are reaching out to a potential customer and talking to them. Yeah, it's fine to talk about your experience and so they can feel like they can relate to it, but make sure, like, catch yourself. Make sure, like, when you're in a conversation, look at the news feed, like look at the feed, message feed, and be like, oh my God, was I talking to myself? Was I saying too much? I feel like a lot of new coaches do this, and we all do it. And I still do it at times, but it's awareness. Be aware of it. So, if you were talking to someone, you thought the conversation was super engaging, you're like, I don't understand. Why didn't they buy? Look back at the conversation, like use this opportunity to learn. Look back at the conversation and, follow the trail of conversation and read it kind of through yourself again. Like, do a role play. Like, this is really helpful. It sounds a little corny, but like, do a role play and be like, did I let that person speak? Did I answer their questions to the best of my ability? Did I ask them enough questions about them in order to get the information I needed in order to make the sale? So, for example, maybe I was talking about a challenge pack and I kept talking about the challenge pack and fitness programs and shakes. Maybe it's not fitness for them. Maybe that's not their huge need. Maybe they actually really need the coaching opportunity, and they need a way to make income at home, and they need a way to feel good about themselves, and they're providing for their family, or they're in so much debt they don't know what to do. Like, that might be what they need. So make sure you're not just blabbling off thinking that you know what they need before even asking them. Because honestly, like, it's kind of like the whole saying, like, don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes you never know what someone needs until, you give them an opportunity to kind of say that and to make them feel like you do care and you are listening to them. Holly, are you taking a picture of us or texting? I can't hear you on mute.
I took a picture of my meal with my call in the background.
Okay. I was like, at least tell us a smile first.
You can't really see you. You're blurred in the background. I was focusing on the meal.
No problem.
You'll see my post. Okay, keep talking.
Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, so being a part of that conversation means sharing, being helpful, sharing relevant content with the world, and drawing them in and making them excited to want to reach out to you and talk to you about whatever it is that you're selling, which obviously we all know what we're selling. We're selling the Beachbody opportunity. We're selling the amazing products that we have that we know can change people's lives because they're changing all of ours. So that's why it's called Inbound after all. And most of all, it's about creating marketing that people love. And that's what I put on kind of the image that I made today for this call, because it's really so true. And, I think about this a lot. I think about, sometimes I just get a post out there, but I'm like, is that a post that would really draw me in and get me excited about joining my team or being a part of my journey? And so really think about that too. Like, are you creating marketing that people love? Are you selling a journey that people love and they want to be a part of, and it empowers them to want to be a part of it and they get excited about it? I think we all love this community. I know we do. I mean, I would say I have so many coaches who, aren't really running with this business, but they still stay a part of this because they just love the community that much. And what everyone needs to realize, if you feel like you're a part-time coach, if you feel like you don't have the time to really rock this business, but you're one of those people, you're wrong. Like, that's what makes you rock this business. Like having people connect with the community and showing that passion about it and putting it out there. Like, just sharing that. Like, that's why it's so big when we go to Summit and we go to these big events, because you're so passionate about the business at that point because you're at this event. It's amazing. You're like, oh my God. And you just start naturally posting. How does not everyone want to be a part of this? And people feel that intensity. They feel that passion and excitement. And they're like, yeah, like, why wouldn't I want to be a part of it? We need to try to create that every day for people. We need to always think about how amazing this opportunity is and how amazing the community is. Like, we know that. That's why we're a part of it. We're a part of these challenge groups. We feel like the excitement of being in the team page and having the support. And so we need to create more of that energy. And, we can do it as individuals and we can do it even more as a team, guys. So that's something that, I've been talking about with top coaches on this team, Lindsay and Holly and several other coaches, about creating this momentum and this excitement in the page. And sharing it through your personal page too, and us all supporting each other in order to, gain that kind of energy and excitement by other people and drawing them in. So, because to understand, so the difference too at this day and time is, in today's world, buyers have all the power. We don't really like to think that, but it's the absolute truth. So think about it. Think about the process you went through when you went to sign up as a coach and purchase your challenge pack. And now everyone else that you talk to and you're trying to get them to purchase, who has control? The buyer, the customer, the potential customer, they always have the control. They decide whether they go for it or not, if they're going to make the purchase. And, I'm probably somewhat of the exception to that, because, my next question is, did you contact your coach asking to buy? I absolutely did. But I will say, I watched my coach for months. So, other people, I think their first reaction is they hop online and do some research, and they really need to know the ins and outs of what they're getting into. How does it work? What's the financials about it? Am I committed to something? Can I get out of this? Is this a scam? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, some people, when I tell you that I've talked to, that I've going through this process, ask so many questions and they're so skeptical. So think about that. So they are very much in control of the power of, this moving forward and you making a sale. But what you can do, again, is be part of that conversation, give them the information they need in order to want to move forward, in order to take that power and make the decision to have you as their coach and to want to do the Beachbody programs. And, our job is to help them to understand why they should choose Beachbody, why these programs are the best out there, why this business opportunity is one of the best things happening and that they should take full advantage of it. If you guys don't believe that and you don't feel passionate enough to share with someone, they're not going to believe it and they're not going to commit. So belief is such a huge part of it. And I know I've talked about it so many times, but it's true. It absolutely is true. I know when my business is suffering and I'm feeling like a down moment and I'm feeling stressed and my energy that I'm giving people is not the energy that I'm looking to receive. And I'm questioning, why is this happening? Why are people ignoring me? Why do I feel like I'm getting this negative energy? Because I'm giving it. And I can't stress that enough. And I know, again, we've talked about it a lot, but it really, really is so important. So think about where you are. Think about, maybe you are struggling with time, or you're struggling to get the energy to get your workouts in. Are you drinking Shakeology? Are you doing personal development? Are you doing everything that you need to be doing? Are you trying to get more organized in order to help yourself? I just posted a new document in the page last night, which I think will be really helpful for people. So, I'm trying to get more organized. I want to help you guys get more organized, because that's what's going to be able to drive us forward and to make us feel like we have the power to be successful with having those conversations with people to get them to where they need to be. So how do you actually do inbound marketing though? So what's the best way to start, is by understanding the methodology behind it. So, the methodology is a marketing and sales process, and the stages are attract, convert, close, and delight. So starting at the beginning, so, like any business, and especially in the business that we're in, we talk all the time, and why we're posting on social media every day. It's because you need to attract, mostly strangers to your Facebook page or website or whatever social media tools you're using, and turn them into visitors. So, some of the most important tools to attract new users are blogging, optimizing your website, and social media. And when I say turn them into visitors, so again, having engaging, exciting content that they love, that they want to come visit every day, that they want to log on Facebook and say, ooh, what is Lisa doing today? Because she's always super inspiring, and she always gets me motivated to do my workout, or, she always makes me laugh because of her silly humor, whatever it may be, or Holly, oh, I love her recipes. She's so great with her nutrition. I'm so inspired how she's really great with portion control, or, Michelle, I wonder what hike she's going on today. These are the type of things. Or Lindsay, what crazy thing is she doing with her kids today? Or where is she doing a yoga pose? Because I honestly wonder, because I never know. But these are the things that's for me, those are your brands, what you're building and what people get excited about every day, that they want to go to your pages and they want to be ooh, again, that this person is doing something exciting. They're living a positive, fulfilling life, and that's inspiring to me. And whether or not they, want to join you right away, they are watching and they're going to join at some point. And if not, part of our job is just, we're committed to changing lives, and whatever that may be, again, putting that positive energy out there. And the referral process is huge. I don't think we think about that enough through what we do, because I don't think we want to think of ourselves as natural, normal, marketing and sales, but referrals for us are huge. I mean, I'm starting to get more into email marketing and using a CRM system and to track these things and to follow up with people, even old customers. I mean, they may be telling me they may not be active in my challenge groups anymore, but follow up with them. Maybe they need your help, or maybe they know someone else. Maybe they can make a referral for you, a recommendation, if they had a good experience. So, don't be scared to ask for those things too. Ask for referrals. I mean, if you have a website or blog, ask someone, start the conversation by just saying, I know you've had a really great transformation and experience in the challenge group. Would you be willing to give me a referral? And they'll probably say, oh yeah, absolutely. Pump them up, get them excited, tell them you're so inspiring. I mean, obviously say something that's true, but it should be true. You're so inspiring. I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. People get excited about that. And then after you make them feel good, you've asked them to do something, you're having this kind of back and forth communication, you're building a relationship with the person, then say, since you've had such a great experience, do you know anyone who you think would want to join our next challenge group, who could use the help? I mean, even if, I know in my business, I've tried more just to get people to do it themselves, because you want to gain more coaches, okay? But you know what? Not everyone is, this business isn't for everyone. Not everyone's gonna want to become an active coach. And if they don't want to, that's fine. But you know what? They know people. So if they're not going to use those people, ask them for those people. Ask them to, connect with these people so you can help them. So that's something I'm going to start talking about more as well, because that's something that I'm starting to incorporate into my business, is asking for referrals and not being scared. Because one of my new favorite sayings is, if you don't ask, someone else will. And it's like literally all over the place for me, because it's so, so true. I think recruiting is such a scary thing for people in this business, but it's absolutely crucial. And it's not scary because we're in the business of helping people. And if you don't ask them and you don't put yourself out there and your heart out there and you try to do everything you can to listen to them and to help them, you're not going to, and someone else is going to. So, always have that in the back of your mind. So sorry, I got a little off track there. So attracting strangers to your Facebook page. But it doesn't end there. So once you've attracted them as new visitors, the next step is to convert them. So, convert them into leads by gathering contact information about them. And this is a thing where I think we don't always think about traditional marketing sales either. So, we're like, we have Facebook, so we can just connect with people for there. I know I'm guilty of this. I usually just use Facebook, but there's so much power to gaining someone's email address, and I'm learning this more and more, especially if you start doing a CRM campaign and you want to email people new product updates. Like if someone was really interested, but they're like, now's not the time, it's a great opportunity to say, okay, great. Can I just have your email? So then, I can follow up if anything goes on sale, or, one of my goals is to make a free ebook for people. So, I would love to send you like an ebook. Those type of things. Use these techniques in order to gain people's email, because down the road it will be huge. Because then you can email them. Obviously, not too often. This is something we'll talk about the next months or so. Because I'm starting to incorporate this. I'm going to bring it to the table. But you don't want to email too much where you annoy people, but this is an opportunity to stay in contact with those leads and be connected with them, and not forgetting about them because they were just in your Facebook feed. Even if you have an Excel spreadsheet with these people with their emails, actually putting it into a system and just being able to shoot an email to everyone is so much easier. So those are some of the things that I'm starting to do. So gaining their email address, contact information, and in order, again, for your visitors to offer up their currency, so we're calling their email their currency, because people get really serious about their email. Like they don't want spam. You need to offer them something. So offer them something in return to get them excited. So like I said, offer them a free recipe booklet. People love that. Offer them an ebook of some type. So maybe the ebook could be recipes. Maybe it's, some work, like easy travel workouts or travel food list tips, whatever it may be, a helpful tip sheet. It really can be anything, guys. It doesn't even need to be this big thing. People love this type of stuff. It just shows that you're going above and beyond. You're trying to offer them something and build that relationship with them and connect with them. Whatever information, just make it interesting and valuable to your prospects. You can convert visitors into leads by using what's called, as you might have guessed, the conversion process. So, website components, that calls to actions, landing pages. I don't know if everyone knows what that is, but basically the landing page is a page that if someone's directed to your website, it's a specific page that has a very strong call to action. Usually it asks for their email before they can access your site. So this is something you would probably have to have someone build. But those are really successful. And again, it's just another way to have your visitors and gather information about them and to continue to add value for them and get them interested. So now that you've attracted the right visitors and converted the right leads, it's time to transform those leads into customers. So the closing stage. So tools like email and a CRM program, like I said, can be really helpful to sell to the right leads at the right time, to offer the right programs to them that they're interested in. Inbound marketing is all about, creating remarkable content for your users that, again, that they love. So whether they're visitors, leads, or existing customers, just because someone is already a customer doesn't mean that you can forget about them. And again, this is why this follow-up that I'm talking about and systems in place is really huge in order to maximize the people that you've already had conversations with. Like, I can't even think, now that I've been a coach for over 2 years, how many customers I have, especially even free leads from Beachbody. Like, I'm not very good with kind of trying to have conversation with them. I do email them, but it hasn't been that successful. But I think a CRM program like this, where you're constantly randomly giving updates, probably monthly, just with like what programs are on sale, or maybe I have a new ebook. So keeping in contact with them, really, really helpful, because that just grows my pool of people, of my leads, that like I'm saying, oh, I have no one to talk to. Well, yes, I do. I have lots of people to talk to, and I even have people that I've worked with before that I have to talk to. Maybe it's been a year and a half now that I've been a coach for 2 years, that a person, when I first started coaching, started the 20-day, one-day fix, and maybe they're at the point right now that they really need something, and maybe they would be interested in country heat. So why am I not following back up with that person just because they're an old client? That's not a good reason. So, continue to follow up with people, stay in touch with them, offer them things still. Like, you're still their coach in the system. So even if someone's a coach, if they cancel, they still become your customer. So, if you look through if you go into your Coach Line office and you look at your customers, you'd probably be amazed with how many people are in there. So they're still there. And if they were to buy from you, it would still go to you. So you're still their coach, and, they still would be happy, I'm sure, if you showed interest in helping them to reach their goals. So then so whether they're leads or existing customers, like I said, don't forget about them. So then the next step is to delight and engage their customer base, turning them into happy promoters of the products and services they love. So what we talked about, the referral process. So, talking to them about their experience, that they had a great experience, that they're loving the product. So say to them, like, is there anyone that that would be interested in joining you in this journey? And you can, and kind of gauge the conversation. And if you feel like at that time they'd be interested in the coaching opportunity, then talk to them about, having them sign up under them. And if not, and if they really have no interest in that, then say, I'd still love to help these people, because, our products are the best. That because you've gotten great results. I've gotten great results. I'd be happy. Like, I would love if you wouldn't mind kind of putting me in contact with them, or asking them if they would like to be in contact with me so I can help them. And then this whole methodology starts back at the beginning, when promoters talk to networkers, more strangers, and spread the word out there and about the products and services. And we make sure that people that come on have great experiences. They talk about their experiences. We follow up and continue to offer them things, and to engage with them and to make them feel special, and that, we do want to help them. And that's really what I had for tonight. What did Lindsay say? I had good luck this month reaching out to my entire customer coach list to join our challenge group. That's great. Yeah, Lindsay. So did you have a lot of old people kind of come back on board?
I did. And I kind of made it, honestly, I just made it a commitment this month to get more organized, because I was feeling almost like I was putting up this wall of wanting to talk to more people and bringing more challengers on. I think it was like a subconscious thing, because I felt like I wasn't doing a good enough service to my current challengers, like people that I hadn't spoken to in maybe even a year. So I came up with that idea, just kind of, I literally, guys, you can download your entire customer coach list from your Coach Online office. It's super easy to do. You just copy all the emails, paste them into, like, BCC them into an email if you don't have a CRM yet, or you don't use a MailChimp. I did it directly in Gmail. And I just explained, I'm excited about the challenge tracker app this month. So I think that came across too, that this is something new. If you're not into the Facebook thing, check this out, kind of sort of thing. And then I just did like a quick Google form, just doing name, email, and your goal for the challenge group. Because I think sometimes people see forms and they don't want to fill out all the information that we might ask them. So I kept it super simple. And I was really surprised with some of the people that popped up having answers on the form. And even beyond that, if I didn't hear from people, I messaged them directly on Facebook, and I think they were really happy to hear from me. Some people just don't like reaching out. You know, they feel like maybe bad about falling off the wagon. Maybe they feel like maybe they're judging themselves, think we're judging them. So like Heather said, I'm trying as well to build my referral kind of because I've only gotten like 1 or 2 referrals the entire time I've been a coach, and that just seems wrong. It's like I feel like I'm, you know, creating this good experience, but obviously I'm missing the boat on something. And I think it does have to do with the consistent point of contact.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wouldn't necessarily go to like you're doing something wrong. I think it's the consistency. Like I'm even thinking now, because like my mind's just working like this, Lindsay, that it would be so fantastic if you like followed up after to all the same people talking about the success from the challenge group and how much weight people lost and like their experience, maybe share a few testimonials in the email. And those people that maybe didn't right away, then they'll maybe respond and say, okay, like this sounds fantastic, you know? So I think there's so many, these techniques that we can be using to engage with people. I'm just like, why have I not been doing this the whole time? But it's easy things that we can all start doing. And like, let's push forward positive and excited that we now have these like new techniques that we can do. And you know, I'm sure that didn't take you much time, Lindsay. Like Lindsay's saying, like, if you guys don't know how to do this, I'm happy to tell you, but it's really simple. If you log in, you basically go to all your customers at the top, you can download it in different formats, and I would recommend Excel. And then you can, yeah, like she said, like, you know, take out certain fields, keep them in, whatever you want to do, copy them and add them into an email or MailChimp or whatever it is you want to use. It's really,
and what I'm doing too with that spreadsheet is I added a column in there for like last point of contact, like, because that's the other thing is I'm losing track of when I last spoke to people, what they were doing, you know. So now starting fresh, I made sure I reached out to every single person, you know, that when my free leads, my, you know, current customers, coaches, everyone, and I literally just have like a date for when I reached out and when they got back to me and sort of a bit of the conversation so that it doesn't feel so scary to think back. It saves time. Like when you're organized like this, it actually saves you time because you're not like, what did we last talk about? And when was that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm agreeing. Like I think I pushed off organization for so long because I was like, oh, it's like so much, like so many ideas that I had in my head, and I'm like, it's exhausting. But like now that I'm implementing it, I'm like, oh my God, like this is life changing. Like once you actually decide what you're gonna do and you move forward with it, it saves so much time. So much time because you feel more confident in what you're doing too because you actually have a plan. Like, and I know Lindsay and I have been talking about this so much. Like, we need systems. Like, and we want them for all of you guys too. Like, as leaders, like, we want to help you. Like, we want to like be able to bring these things to you and say, try this. And maybe it won't work perfectly. Like, everyone kind of has to find what works for them. But just sharing ideas in the team, I think, like this is so powerful and so helpful. Don't worry, Lisa. I mean, we're wrapping up. It's so good to see you. But yeah, does anyone else want to add anything? Or Michelle, how are you doing? I know you are. Michelle's like huge. She's always quiet, but Michelle's doing awesome, and her big thing is like she's like, I need systems and I need to be organized from day one, or like I'm not gonna be able to do this. So she, you know, created her own little kind of office in her house, and she has her like board with her goals, and I'm really so proud of her, and she's working towards them. So.
And I've been working on my goals for like a year and 6 months, and then my current goals. And I like that spreadsheet idea. I'm going to try it because I love spreadsheets, and I use them all the time at work. So that's something easy that I can understand because I'm not real good technically. Yeah. So thanks for that idea, Lindsay.
Yeah, absolutely. Use things that work. I think that's one of the biggest things. And again, we could share ideas all day long. I'll continue to post crazy stuff that comes my way or I create that I'm just like, hey, maybe this is helpful. And it's not to overwhelm people. It's because so many people work differently. And I want you guys to have options. And maybe that doesn't work for you, but it'll work really well for someone else. And they'll post something in a few days that really works well for you. So never feel like you have to do what someone else is doing. Find what works for you. So I think that's really great, Michelle. I love spreadsheets too. I'm a huge spreadsheet person. Sometimes to learn these new systems and technologies like these CRM programs can be difficult if you're not tech savvy, and people get really overwhelmed by them. So yeah, it all depends on the person and what works for you. But I would say whatever it is, make sure you're consistent with it. Make sure you're checking it daily and using it to the best of your ability in order to make it work for you. How are you doing, Holly? Smile.
Yeah, no, I'm actually thinking about what Lindsay was talking about, and I was wondering, Lindsay, for your challenge group, was it just like a challenge group of people that had worked with you before? And if so, did they have to buy something new, or it was just kind of like because what I've been thinking about doing is reaching out to them and saying, hey, yeah, you may have fallen off the wagon, or you may feel like you didn't succeed, but you still have the program. You can still keep trying, and kind of open up a challenge group for people, like a second chance challenge group kind of thing. But I wasn't sure kind of what you did.
So I incorporated everyone. I didn't actually. It's funny. A lot of people assumed that they would have to buy something new. They asked me. They were like, "Oh, do I have to buy something else?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." And I said that in my email. I said, "Who?" Because I'll forward you the email that I sent. But one of the things I put was, "Who is this challenge group for?" And it was basically, I said, for those who maybe purchased a challenge pack a year ago and you fell off the wagon. Maybe you recently got something but haven't started it yet. Maybe you're a seasoned challenger that is ready to just get back, just to keep going kind of thing. So I basically had it for everybody. But I love your idea of doing one that's just like a second chance challenge group. I think that's a really great idea. For me, time-wise, I'm feeling overwhelmed. So the idea of I'm doing the PIO challenge group and this one. So I think that's the only thing. Just make sure that you can, hold on, buddy, that you can manage it within your time frame too, Oh, I'll help her in a second, buddy. It's okay.
Lindsay, would you mind just sharing that in the page? Because other people will see the call and then they'll probably be curious. Do you mind?
No, sorry. You want me to share the email?
Yeah, if you don't mind, the template.
No, I don't mind at all. And I'll send the form too that I did.
Holly, the only thing I would say about that is stick to positive and don't make people feel bad about quitting, saying, oh, you failed the first, I know you won't use those words.
I don't want to base it off of how, not make them feel bad and use my experience. I fell back a little bit and I can still go and I don't feel bad about, tripping a little bit, you have to just keep pushing forward, that kind of thing. I want to make it positive, and I want them to do it without having to buy something new. I mean, inevitably they may end up being like, hey, I want to be back on Shakeology again or something like that. But that's why I wanted to ask Lindsay, because I was kind of how would you structure something like that? Because it's really been on my mind, because I know there's, I've had a lot of challengers that did really well and then stopped, or had a hard time in their first round, and I really want to keep encouraging.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking about the last call we had and how you guys were talking about using your experience and sharing your experience and not being ashamed of things, and I thought that was a good way to do it.
No, absolutely.
I actually found the email real quick too, if you just want to hear the wording for that section. I just said, who is this challenge for? Anyone who's received this email. Maybe you've been rocking on my challenge groups and you're ready for a new one. Maybe you fell off at some point, but you're ready for a kickstart. Maybe you just purchased something recently but need some extra support. No matter where you are in your journey, let's do this one together as a team and start the summer off with a bang. No matter what program you have, you're welcome with open arms. The point is just to help each other get moving and get healthy. So I kept it really lighthearted, just let's just do this together no matter where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah. But Holly, like you said, you could add your own personal flair to something like that and just say, I've fallen off track. I need your support as much as you need mine. And if you feel like you're in somewhat of the same place as me and you want to get back on track, I'd love to do this together. No purchase necessary. You could even say that if you wanted to, so people don't feel like they have to. But like you said, I think it's a great way, a great opportunity. If you start talking about Shakeology again in the challenge group, though, people will get interested in, remember how amazing it is and want to get it again, or maybe they had never tried it and want to try it. And they'll just start engaging with the community again. So Country Heat's coming out, maybe they'll just notice oh, I really want to try this new program. I know I meant to use a challenge or tracker last month, and I never used it. So you guys are loving it?
I'm like obsessed, like officially obsessed. And I was a skeptic. I was like, but my Facebook ones are just so easy. I know it. I know what I'm doing. It's amazing. Like, I love it because Greg's on it. He's like in my challenge group this month, and people love checking things off the list. So every day you check in your shake, you check in your workout. You can decide whether you want it posted to the group. But either way, the coach, you know, all of my challengers, I'm going to know whether they're checking in their shake and checking in their workout. And if they don't, then I can hold them accountable and say, hey, I noticed you're not checking in. Is it because you're just not checking into the app, or, you know, is there some way I can support you? And just like, you know, post-cron everything, you can schedule everything ahead of time. It's great. I love it.
All right, I gotta give it a go. Holly, I want to see you smile. There we go.
Sorry. Well, we just found Chris. I don't know if you guys saw. I got distracted. We just found out our local playground got burnt down. So
oh no!
Showing in pictures. Yeah, it's like
terrible.
So I'm not smiling, but I'll smile for you.
She's so cute. Well, thank you so much, guys, for calling in. I love seeing your faces. I'm so excited for Summit. It's coming up really soon. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's like a month away. It's nuts.
It's 39 days away.
So do I need to get boots?
If you look in your little Summit tracker.
Yeah, you need cowboy boots. You're going to Nashville.
I'm really excited.
Oh, no.
Why? You don't want cowboy boots? Actually, you're going to have to bring mine because they're there.
Your poor mom's going to have so many bags.
Oh, she would without me, so it's fine. All right, guys. Well, I love you. And I'll post this as soon as I can. I'll try downloading it tonight. And then, Lindsay, if you could share that, that would be amazing, too. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Keep up the great work. Bye.
Thank you.